Breaking news! Tom Brady just dropped a bombshell that has the entire Ravens flock buzzing, and not everyone is going to like what he had to say. The GOAT himself, the 7-time Super Bowl champion, went public with his thoughts on Lamar Jackson. And let's just say, they've sparked a serious debate. But before we move on, make sure you hit that like button if you're a true Ravens fan. It's always amazing to see fans of all ages supporting this team. And if you feel like it, comment, "Go Ravens," just to let the world know where you stand. Now, let's get into what happened, because this isn't just some random hot take. Tom Brady appeared on Fox analyst Joel Klatt's podcast, and while the conversation focused largely on college football, the moment things shifted to the NFL, Klatt asked a question that led to a very pointed moment. Are there any guys in the league you really respect or who remind you of yourself? Brady's first shout-out went to Patrick Mahomes, no surprise there. But then he pivoted and mentioned 3 other names that hit very close to home for Ravens fans: Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and yes, Lamar Jackson. Brady didn't mince words. He said these quarterbacks are still developing and that while they've all shown flashes of amazing things, they need to take the next step. But he didn't stop there. Brady went deeper, saying they must take more ownership of what they're doing in terms of the organizational level. And for Lamar Jackson, that comment landed like a punch to the gut. This raised a big question. Is Tom Brady right? Because from the outside looking in, it almost sounded like Brady was implying that Lamar hasn't done enough to lead his team, not just on the field, but behind the scenes, in the locker room, in the facility, and as the emotional center of the Ravens franchise. That's a serious accusation, especially from someone who's widely considered the blueprint for NFL success. But here's the twist. There's a growing belief within the Ravens community that Brady might be dead wrong on this one. That maybe he's making assumptions based on outdated perceptions of who Lamar Jackson used to be, because the Lamar Jackson of today is not the same guy we saw when he first entered the league. Internally, there's been a transformation. Lamar himself has admitted that leadership didn't come naturally at first. He said he used to lead mainly by example, just show up, work hard, and expect others to follow. But he's also acknowledged that's not enough in today's NFL. He's learned, grown, and now he's taking on a more vocal role. Lamar said coaches have been pushing him, "You've got to talk to the guys." And now, he does. It's clear Lamar Jackson knows that to win, he has to lead in every sense of the word. He's owning that responsibility. And it shows. Whether it's through one-on-one talks, voicing opinions, or being the emotional engine of this team, he's becoming the kind of leader Brady himself would have respected in his own locker room. But there's still this lingering doubt, because Tom Brady knows what it takes to win. And if there's one person on this planet who has the resume to back up every opinion about what builds championship teams, it's Tom Brady. So when he questions whether Lamar and guys like Allen and Burrow are doing enough, that question matters. It forces us to look deeper. The truth is, the leap that Lamar Jackson is being asked to make isn't just about stats. It's about galvanizing a team. It's about elevating everyone around him on both sides of the ball. Because as Brady said, it's not just quarterbacks who win Super Bowls. It's teams. But let's look at what Lamar has done, especially since Todd Monken came in as offensive coordinator. In the playoffs, Lamar has shown marked improvement. 66.7% completion rate, 843 passing yards, 7 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions. Add to that 274 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. That's 9 total touchdowns and over 1,000 yards of production in the most pressure-filled part of the season. You can't fake those numbers. That's growth. That's impact. That's leadership. And yet, still, there's a shadow hanging over him. The narrative, the criticism, the old tired line that says, he can't win the big one. It's the same one people used on John Elway, Steve Young, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, all guys who eventually silenced their critics with Super Bowl rings. So isn't it time we start viewing Lamar through the same lens? This isn't the same quarterback from his rookie year. He's matured, both as a player and a leader. And if the Ravens make it to the Super Bowl this season, and that's a big if, it'll be because Lamar led them there, not just played well. But here's the thing that's really sparking fire among Ravens fans right now. Does Brady's comment reveal a larger perception problem? Are there still too many outsiders looking at Lamar Jackson like he's just a flashy runner and not the true heart of a championship caliber franchise? Or does Brady have a point? Because here's where things get really complicated. Tom Brady may have struck a nerve not because he's wrong, but because, deep down, he may be partially right. That's the part that's hardest for Ravens fans to swallow. Let's talk about what ownership really means in the context Brady was talking about. He wasn't just referencing on-field decision-making or stat lines. He was referring to a quarterback being the nucleus of an entire franchise, somebody who sets the standard not only in games but in the facility, during practices, workouts, film sessions, and even how other players treat their own preparation. Now, let's be honest, Lamar Jackson has grown immensely in that area. Teammates have talked about it. Coaches have recognized it. His maturity, command, and communication have all taken major steps forward. And it's not just lip service. You don't survive, let alone thrive, as the face of a franchise for 6 seasons in a city like Baltimore without showing leadership. But the bar is not survival. It's not even being great. The bar, when you're mentioned in the same sentence as Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes, is immortality. It's legacy. And that's where Lamar still has something to prove. But what separates Lamar from so many others is that he knows this. He's aware that his voice matters more now than ever. He's not trying to skip the process. He's embracing it. And when you hear him talk about taking time to speak to guys one-on-one, about being told by coaches that he needs to vocalize his expectations more, and about stepping into that role, not running from it, you realize he's chasing greatness with his eyes wide open. Let's also not ignore what's happening on the field. Lamar is playing more efficiently, more intelligently, and with more poise than ever before. His playoff performances under Todd Monken have seen a tangible uptick in production, decision-making, and overall command of the game. He's not just reacting anymore, he's dictating. But football is the ultimate team sport, and even the best leaders can't carry a flawed roster alone. That's where this entire Brady conversation pivots towards something much bigger than Lamar Jackson. It's about the Baltimore Ravens as a whole. The Ravens have to be better across the board. In the last 8 playoff games, Baltimore's defense has only forced 2 turnovers. That's simply not championship-level production. When Brady says a quarterback needs to take ownership, part of that is also inspiring accountability across all units, getting everyone on the same page, making every player believe the standard has to rise. And that's where Lamar's next evolution may be his most important. This season, more than any before, has the makings of a defining year for Lamar. The pressure is undeniable. The expectations? Through the roof. The window to win a Super Bowl? It's not closed, but it's not wide open forever either. And Lamar knows that. The leadership he displays now, right now, could be what turns a strong season into a historic one. But there's another layer to this that we need to talk about, and that's how much rope the Ravens are giving players they believe in, particularly on the offensive line. Daniel Falale's recent performance in preseason has been met with a tidal wave of criticism, and rightfully so. The right guard position has become a concern that no true contender can afford to overlook. Todd Monken tried to defend Falale, downplaying the sack he gave up as just one play. But let's call it what it is. Falale wasn't just bad on one play. He was ineffective across the board. Last year, he posted a 61.8 overall PFF grade with a pass block grade of 63.5 and a run block grade of just 51.8. This year, it's not looking like he's made the leap the team desperately needs from him. So while the Ravens are demanding more leadership and ownership from Lamar, are they holding every other position to the same standard? Because here's the brutal truth. A quarterback can take full ownership, elevate his voice, set the tone, but if the guys up front can't protect him, or if the defense can't force turnovers, even Lamar Jackson won't be able to carry this team all the way to February. That's why some are calling for Eric DeCosta to make a move now. Free agent guard Brandon Scherff, a proven veteran, is still on the market. He started all 16 games for Jacksonville last season and gave up just 1 sack. If the front office is serious about protecting Lamar and giving this team its best shot, bringing in someone like Scherff could be the difference between another heartbreak and a title run. So while Brady's comments may have stirred the pot, they also served a purpose.